It was 2022 and literally one day before hitting 2023. So it was New Year's Eve this day, and I wasn't celebrating with family or friends or anything. I was literally in the gym. Yeah, because I got nothing else better to do. I was just doing my regular workouts on this machine, and there's this giant mirror in front of me where I can see everything behind me, right? And all of a sudden, I see this really attractive, tan-skinned, brown-eyed, a little bit shorter than me girl slowly walk towards me. Now let's call this girl Kiara. Now I only met Kiara not that long ago, but I remember our first interaction. It was pretty damn embarrassing on my part. So it was in the gym, right? Of course. She was in front of me and I was behind her doing a different exercise, and I saw this girl and I really wanted to talk to her because she was genuinely really attractive, right? And I was like, why not? I need to work on my social skills. I'm new to this, so this was when I was pretty shit at speaking with girls and stuff, so. Because for pretty much majority of my life, it was spent mostly in just pure social isolation. Like I was just a big time video game addict for 18 years, and honestly, just I wanted to get better at speaking to girls. And during this point also, it would have been 1 year since I finished high school, and my social life was pretty damn non-existent. I pretty much stopped talking to most of my friends as well. And so I was in a pretty lonely spot in life. I was gonna plot a plan. See, she's on the Smith machine, which is like, there's got like plates around it, right? So pretty much there's weights around it that she can use to put on her machine and her weight. And I was gonna plot up a plan where I was gonna go and ask her if I could take some of her weights and use it on my machine, even though there was weights literally everywhere else I could use. This was my excuse for going up and speaking to Kiara. And so that's exactly what I did. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry to disturb you. Could I please take this 10 plate from you? Oh, yep. Okay, cool. By the way, what's your name? Oh, I'm Kiara. Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Manish. Try to give her a fist bump with my other hand while holding the weight in my other hand. The reason why this was so embarrassing was because that interaction was so forced. But at the end of the day, I still got it through. We started talking, right? Interacting, having a conversation. We talked about our favorite movies and stuff. I learned that she was into horror movies, which was pretty cool because I liked horror movies as well. It was a good conversation, pretty much. So that was my first interaction with Kiara, right? And back to the original story. So I see her kind of walking up towards me, like behind me through the mirror in front of me, right? And I'm getting all happy because it's like, oh shit, okay, sweet, thank fuck. She actually wants to keep on talking to me because she's like coming and she's like smiling as well. So it's like, let's fucking go. So, of course I just stop my exercise. I stand up and go and say hi. And the first thing she says was, why are you wearing jeans? Okay, so funny story. This was, again, like, this was the day before New Year's. I wasn't even meant to come into the gym, but I just came from, like, my mom kind of dropping me off to the gym after going shopping with her. And the conversation started like that. It was good. There was good banter going. She seemed interested in me. What else did we talk about? We talked about our work life, what we do for work. She was, what did she do? She was something in like no, it wasn't the beauty department. Oh, fuck, what was it? I think she was studying something in like medicine or something like that, right? Fuck me. We also talked about our friends and whatnot, like humor. Just having a good conversation, right? And about 5 minutes start to go past, and I noticed things start to get a little bit just stale. Very, very stale. There was more awkward silences than usual. The conversation wasn't flowing as nicely as it was. And I could tell that she was getting a little bit uninterested. And so guess what I did? I did something no man should ever do. I started talking a lot. Like an unusual amounts. Like I just went from level 1 all the way to level 100. I started carrying on just mundane conversations, mundane topics, boring conversations. It's like just to get that conversation flowing again. I was trying to force it. And what's more, I was acting super just weird and inauthentic. Like, this is really embarrassing for me to say. But I started saying like really self-deprecating jokes just to try to retain Kiara's attention so that she doesn't get bored and leave. Well, what did I say? I said something really fucking stupid. I said shit like, my best trait is how stupid I am, just to make her laugh. I was saying all these self-deprecating jokes, talking just way too much, because I didn't want there to be that awkward silence between us. I hated that awkward silence. I would do everything and anything in my power to just make sure that never happens. I didn't want that. I guess because I was scared that she was gonna leave and just never talk to me again. That was always like a big fear of mine, right? And I also didn't ask for her number either, because I was a bit too much of a pussy. You know, I didn't want to go for that, even though I probably should have, right? And we just keep on going for longer and longer. Like 10 minutes go by, same shit. 15 minutes go by, 20 minutes. And you're probably wondering, like, at this point, I mean, why is Kiara even still talking to you? And honestly, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, she was laughing at my jokes. Like, it seemed like she was genuinely having a good time talking to me, bro. But then I noticed one big difference, you know? I noticed the dynamic, it changed. She started to disrespect me a lot more. After I started acting like a clown, you know, telling these dumb jokes, just talking a lot, just trying to be a loud motherfucker, like, I noticed she would say things like, what did she say? She said this one thing. What was it? After I said one self-deprecating joke, she said, "Oh wow, you're really determined to show off your low standards, aren't you?" And when she said that, bro, like, a fucking knife just got like stabbed in my chest. And I didn't know whether, like, I didn't know if she was being playful or she was actually just straight up being disrespectful to me. But I knew one thing for certain, and is that I didn't like it. You know, it hurt me. And in that moment, bro, like, I just had like a severe realization. I dug myself into this hole. There's no going back, right? I screwed myself over. She thinks I'm a complete and utter like pushover right now. I dug myself into this hole. This was all my fault. I made her think I'm a fucking clown, bro. And now she's like straight up just like disrespecting me, bro. And again, like, she probably just thought it was like all jokes and stuff. Like, she probably wasn't trying to disrespect me, but, you know, it just felt like that respect that she had for me at the start wasn't there anymore. You know? And I hated that. You know? It just stung me, because it's like, what the fuck am I doing right? I don't want a dynamic like this, like a fucking older sister and a younger brother. That's kind of like what it was, bro. Fuck this. Like, if I'm being honest with myself, I would prefer a dynamic that's kind of opposite to that. Like, that's kind of what I wanted, and this is the complete fucking opposite of that. So I just decided to end that conversation fully right there. Finally. Fuck me. And after that day, I'd pretty much see Kiara every single time I was in the gym. Like, she'd come at the same time. She'd be very consistent, bro. So I'd pretty much have to see her like at least like 3 to 4 times a week. And, you know, I'd say hi to her every now and then. If I did like walk past her, I'd, you know, give eye contact and wave. I'd talk here and there, but I made absolute sure to just end the conversation quickly. But honestly, it's like, first impressions are very, very important, right? And was that it? Like, does she just think of me as a dork forever? No, not quite. Just a quick break. Super sorry to disturb you, bro. But if you're enjoying the video, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. Helps me out a lot. And also, I do have to let you know, I have an Instagram where I share daily insights, like this If you're enjoying the video, this is where I'm active most of the time. So if you want to follow that, it'll be the first link in the description below. But back to the story. Not that long ago from today, actually. So this has been like, what, 2 years since I first met Kiara. And during this 2 year time gap, I didn't spend it dilly daddling. I was training, you know. I'd like to humbly say that I've made some pretty good improvements to my life in just this 2 year space, especially in my social life. I'm no longer really that lonely guy who couldn't really speak to people anymore. I'm a lot more of an energetic and just happier guy now who has gone a bit better with the girl stuff. So this is just a normal day, and I'm just in the gym as usual, 5 p.m, whatever, my usual time, just doing forearm wrist curls on the bench, right, just by myself. And all of a sudden, I see this girl that I know walk past me, right? And she's about to leave the gym, and she kind of just waves at me like this. And, you know, I kind of see her, I was like, oh, bye. And she starts walking towards me to just say bye and, you know, catch up really quickly. And I'm like on the floor, right, doing I'm just like in the position, I'm on my knees basically, right? And I just gave her like a little fist bump just to say, like, you know, how you doing, right? And she was like, oh no, I'll give you a hug. So I was like, okay, sure, go for the hug, whatever. And these two guys who I know in the gym, who I see pretty regularly, they saw me hug this girl, right? And this is important, I swear. But anyways, I finish up talking to this girl, she leaves, and these two guys just come up to me, and they start like kind of making fun of me, like not in a bad way, but like, you know, they start like hugging me on purpose, just to kind of like, you know, mock me for hugging this girl, because these two clearly haven't touched a woman before, whatever. And these guys are just causing like a big ruckus. It's like making me laugh, making each other laugh, and it's just really funny, right? But guess who's next to us this entire time? Well, Kiara. But not just Kiara, her really gorgeous friend, bro, who's like stunning, right? And these two clowns that I know, they're still like causing a scene, just laughing as loud as possible. And these two girls, they're just wondering what's up. And I go back and do my exercise, right? I'm just not really giving a fuck. So I've got my headphones on, and guess what these motherfuckers say to Kiara's friend? Her hot friend, bro. Oh, our friend over there, he just has like a massive crush on you, and he's like too scared to talk to you. Oh, what the fuck? I just got put under the bus. And I didn't realize this is what they said, because I was doing my set. And so they're just all giggling at me at this point, right? And I gotta like, you know, I'm looking at them, I gotta stop my set like prematurely now, because, you know, you keep fucking, what are they laughing at me? And I get up, and one of these idiots are like, yo, that's the guy that has a crush on you. And, you know, honestly, in my mind, you know, this wasn't a bad thing at all. Because, you know, he's just a wingman at this point, right? Fuck yeah. But then this happened. Kiara butts in and says, oh, him? Oh, he can't talk to girls. And everyone just starts laughing. Fucking embarrassing, bro. And in my mind, I had two options. One, I start talking and try to defend myself. Oh, what are you saying? I can talk to girls. But I knew for a fact this would reek of just insecurity and would prove Kiara's point right about me, right? So I did number two instead. I didn't say shit. I kept quiet. But not that I keep quiet and I like look down and just like in pure like defeat, no. I didn't say anything, but I'm just looking straight at, you know, in her eyes, in confidence, looking around, smiling, owning the room, because I don't give a fuck. I don't need to prove anything to anyone. And guess what? Just after a few seconds, right? Everyone's still silent, but it's not awkward. It's not awkward. No one's waiting for me to speak. It's more so like, okay, Manish, he's clearly not affected by this. So who's gonna speak next? Type of deal, right? I changed the vibe instantly. And the best part of this entire thing, bro, is the fact that I looked at Kiara's face like 5 seconds later and she made like a type of face. Dude, you know what that means. She definitely respects me a lot more than she did back then. I actually respect myself now. And I'm not gonna let people disrespect me anymore. And I just carried on the workout like nothing happened at all. You know, I was in a good mood. Because if this was me like a couple years ago, I would just be like, you know, I would have obviously fucked that up. I would have been like, oh my, I can, I can speak to girls. And then everyone would just laughed at me more. I would have just dug myself in a deeper hole like how I did before, right? This time, I don't care because I'm secure. And you know, I went back home that day. I was walking back to my car, and I was pretty damn proud of myself, you know, for handling that situation well, when everyone was just against you, just laughing at you. You know, I think I did pretty good, pretty decent. And boys, this is such a common mistake that happens with way too many boys, men even. When speaking to girls, we tend to just speak way too much, right? And oftentimes, just so much bullshit ends up coming out of our mouth that never needed to come out in the first place. Just so much stupid shit, man. And I only did that because I was scared of what Kiara, or any girl for that matter, you know, I was scared of what she was gonna think. Oh my gosh, I don't want the conversation to get silent. She's gonna get bored. No, it's okay. Trust me. Take your time. Please. Talk less. Think about what you actually want to say. Don't come off as an idiot. I realized I don't need to impress people by like cramming 100 words into like 10 seconds of conversation, bro. Especially if it means coming off as a clown. God, no. I'm someone who's comfortable with just vibing, you know, just breathing, just chilling, letting my vibe speak for itself. And bro, it's funny just how much people actually see this energy change, this vibe shift, bro, from you. Because Kiara, I mean, she clearly saw that I wasn't the same guy that I was years ago. The little insecure kid who kept saying self-deprecating jokes, kept speaking too much, and she could tell that I wasn't very secure in myself. Sometimes it's just better to let your silence speak for itself, you know? Sometimes silence is a lot louder than words. And, you know, because trust me, when you stay calm, cool, and collected, people will see that confidence for what it is. Because, again, you can't talk your way into having someone respect you. That only comes from action, right? But you can sure as hell talk your way out of respect. Trust me. But yeah, I haven't actually seen Kiara after this happened, so I'm assuming the dynamic would be a little more different now. So yeah, bro. Hope this helps. Hope this helps with your conversations. But remember, right, like what I'm saying here, use my story as just an example, right? Don't take everything I say and use it for yourself. Sometimes it's better to just take little bits of my story here and there, use it in your own life, see how it affects you, and go from there. But this has been my experience, right? If you want people to respect you, girls to respect you a lot more, bro, talk less. I'm in no way a dating coach, guru, expert, whatever those retarded names, no. I'm just a normal person who's telling his past experiences, and that's all I'm gonna be, you know. Yeah, well, hope you enjoyed anyways, and stay safe out there, boys and girls. Okay? Have a good one.